There were other things that happened in Afrobeats this year.
Welcome, Dre.
Yeah.
Now Drake can talk.
Now we're good. Let's get to it.
All right. That's a hard one for me.
That's a way.
What is the criteria?
No criteria. Okay, favorite song that moves you, Ayo.
I touch your life.
That touched your life.
So
Street Affair by Victoria.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
good shout.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Dre?
Still scared, Lona.
Child, it's like we're all going through a lot too. It's like we're really going through a lot.
Still scared, Lona, bro. That song, man.
Yeah.
Yo, it's motivational, but also just makes you aware of a lot of things that you're going through. As we are all individuals who have, I guess, 9-to-5s, but also have our side struggles, and like that's what just kind of puts in perspective. Like, yo, people are going through a lot.
Yeah.
And go at your own race, go at your own pace, and just do
Facts.
at the same time.
Facts.
So yeah, that's it for me.
Mine was burning. Thames.
He's giving Mali was burning your pocket. The king was burning your pocket.
Life was burning. Life was burning in general.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, for me, there's two songs that come to mind and even Spotify did a good job wrapping it up for me. And it was Ninja Funk by Azanti.
That's like a wipe. That's a bop.
Yeah.
Like just the attempt on Brazilian funk was pretty edgy and exciting. Shout out to AYK on that one. And between that and Villain by Rema, that record is so intense.
Yeah.
Like what P Prime was able to to layer with him and his delivery channeled his inner superstar Wiz and went crazy on that record.
Yeah.
Can I have one more shout? Honorable shout. One of the songs I was most excited to experience was Atbala Disco's remix.
Yeah.
The remix, the first remix.
Bro.
Yeah, the Haruna Eshala one. I remember where I was. Shout out to
Baba Tunes.
Yeah, DJ Tunes.
So many songs.
Yeah, Atbala Disco was
yeah.
I actually even like the remix with Wiz on it.
Wiz.
Yeah, it was good. Rema. Rema. Speaking of Rema,
can I add one more? I don't know if this song dropped this year, but it was a lot for me. I don't think it dropped this year. Tenny's Hustle.
Don't say it. Oh wait. Oh, Hustle.
Yeah.
2021.
No. Not 20. I gotta go back to my list. No.
It's not the Afro when she did this.
It's Malaika is thinking, I think.
No, it's not. It's
not Malaika?
No, it's not Malaika. It's Hustle. Hustle came out 2021?
Hustle 2021 record for my album.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro, that song came back to me.
No, it's a good record.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's a good song.
Yeah.
But interesting that that's getting on your radar now.
Yeah. Bro, it was MORAYO this year. 3 years later.
hey,
I should be embarrassed. I told you.
Music.
Yeah, music
is supposed to be experience.
Bruh.
Yeah, you're
Especially
right.
Even with TikTok now, like old songs
exactly.
Okay, when we get to trends, I guess I can speak on that. Let me hold that back. But yeah.
Soldier.
Yeah.
So we had Ashake, Fireboy, Thames.
Are we just albums or EPs?
What was Ashake? Well,
No,
all in all. I think the people I've mentioned have dropped out.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking in case if we're adding to it.
Thames, Ira. I really like the Lapide. I don't know if it was an EP or not.
It's an EP.
It was an EP.
He called it an EP.
Beautiful. Who else dropped this year? Those are the ones.
EPs or albums?
Big Tony dropped.
Victoria dropped.
Dropped this year. There was also an album from a few like fresh names. Our
Lona.
Our brother Lona.
Lona.
There was Minz as well.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
There was Minz.
Minz
Lots of
too.
albums, man. Lots of albums.
Who were some of your standouts?
Yeah, I feel like.
Rema did. Rema dropped.
Oh yeah.
That had to grow on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time I heard the album, I said, I must be old.
Whose album, Rema?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was just like, what's this?
Yeah. No,
Too much going on. Too much going on.
Even the cardio on the song.
Yeah. The Ozeba. Ozeba, I couldn't listen to it for the first few weeks because I was just like, it gave me anxiety.
It's going to raise up your heart rate.
I was like, what is, I can't, I'm already anxious enough. Like, I don't need, but then it grew on me.
Right.
But yeah, I think that the album was okay for me. What's the albums that stood out to me? I think Ira's album was very, very well done, like body of work. The last song.
Some people fight you on that statement, man.
Really?
That it wasn't a good album?
It was a good album. So
people fight that? That it wasn't
a good album?
Yeah.
It was?
I mean,
okay, I guess my own bubble on Twitter.
Yeah.
No, but it's...
No, I hear what you mean.
It was a solid album.
I loved it, but when I went on Twitter and everybody was like, yo, I was like, okay, I'll keep quiet then.
Well, no, I think it was a solid album. Even down to the last, you see the last song, the tribute to her dad.
I only listened once.
The kids are okay, right?
Yeah.
The kids are okay.
The kids are okay.
I feel like that's the song everybody wanted with.
Exactly. I said, she gets it. Yeah. She gets it. And I'm like, this is such a beautiful song. Like
1942.
Yeah. And I think
that's a beautiful song. Yeah. I need to add that to my songs of the year.
Yeah. Great
because
song.
Of her, when she sang that song, I had to go to the club. But I looked at my account. I said, Ira, God will punish you.
Jazzy song too.
Jazzy song.
There was Woman Commando.
Woman Commando. That's my shit. That is my shit.
Album is fire, man.
21.
Great album.
21. Like, no.
I especially liked Orun myself. Yeah.
I love Orun.
Last Heartbreak song.
Yeah. Last Heartbreak song.
I wasn't a big fan, I'll be honest.
Is such a beautiful song.
I love that song.
Who said that album was not good?
Orun kind of gave me like she was trying to consult from the 2000 musicians, like the bounce of the album. Yeah.
Okay.
Like production wise, that album was.
I think that I don't know if maybe I'm asking for too much, but I love when artists sort of give that nod to like OGs, like jazzy songs.
Exactly.
I personally like on like Fireboy's album, One Day's Bop. Like, again, I know there's a bit of contention with the track, but I love it. With the fact that he featured Lagbaja as well. Like,
Wait, sorry, what contention is?
We want this bop?
Yeah.
Some people just don't feel like,
there'll always be those people.
Some people just don't feel.
There's a podcast I listen to and they call the song out. I don't want to go and call the podcast out, but
One Day's Bop has, at least personally, I had some reservations on the flow, but it's still then again.
But you know one day cook at the end of the day, dude. Only one day cook can do what that. Like I see what I was trying to do, but only one day cook can do that.
But it was a fun moment.
Yeah, it was a fun moment. In the entire album.
Yeah. I think the girlies won this year. They had Afrobeats.
I think the producers won this year.
Producers definitely won.
Yeah.
Producers always win.
They always win. Regardless of who wins in the end, they always win.
Fair
but this year too.
But I think
I feel like they were main stage this year.
The producers. Yeah. I think between Ira, Thames, and Tyler, like the girlies had the album like push to start.
Tyler. Yeah. I mean, we're
I know we like to, there's
that's a record.
There's a lot of statements about Tyler and is she Afrobeats? Is she Amapiano?
She's Tyler.
Is she an industry plant? But one thing we cannot deny is
talent.
Oh yeah.
The girlie gives the visuals. The visuals are just French. Yeah. And for me, that's what I respect with like artistry is like the whole package. It can't just be, when I listen to a song, I'm automatically thinking about how the video should look.
Right.
And it shouldn't just be, you just give me the music. I want to see the visuals.
Okay. And
for me, with Tyler, she's doing that very well. Like her team, like she has a whole machine behind her. And I think she's done that great. Thames' album, amazing, long overdue because it should have dropped like 2 years ago. But finally, and then she gave us a tour. So I had my life at her tour. Olamide's album, like I mentioned, I really enjoyed it. And then Fireboy, my favorite song of Fireboy was, what was it? Change Your Life?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone. It was the one with the South American
it's like
bounces.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Which one is the one where he says something like you like we broke up, but now you're telling me you want me?
Hell and back.
Yeah, that's my jam.
That is my
Hell and back is very good.
Yeah,
seems like you guys are going through stuff.
Hell and back.
That song. So you know how usually when it comes to like this love trope and love experience, there's always heartbreak songs. Yeah. There are always yearning songs, but there's never a song for that person that would have stood on business, but just like, okay, let me just allow. Then they now chop your eye. And that's what Hell and Back is. Yeah. That's what Hell and Back is. Yeah. But as far as
very passionate about that, Ayo.
I felt seen. But as far as projects go, I'll give an honorable shout to Rema because everybody knows. Like it didn't take too. It took like 2 listens for me to calm down and like, appreciate it. After a while, like I couldn't play it in the car because it was causing road hazard. Like I couldn't play it in the car.
It's a match up now.
Oh, true.
Reason.
Yeah.
5 o'clock in the evening traffic. Is it
another project I really enjoyed was the Shea Vibes project. It was an EP, but yeah. However, the Shea Professor.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. However, this year, one thing that I've been really able to appreciate has been people that are really intentional about the music itself. So because of that, I am putting Victoni and Fireboy as my most notable shouts.
Yeah.
Victoni because the production on that album it took me away. Yeah. Especially there was the one song, the Ludo song, where it was where they infused like electronic music, the chords into Afrobeats. Yeah. There was history. It just felt like a complete story. And I was really able to appreciate that. Same thing with Fireboy. I loved the musicality, the instrumentation of the album. Like it sold me. He might not be the best in my conversation, but the things that stood out on that album stood out to me crazily. The drums, the saxophones, everything just seemed so intentional. Yeah. And I think that's the same mindset that I carried into listening to MORAYO. Yeah. Which is why MORAYO means so much to me. It's just those pockets of production, pockets of instrumentation. Those things really stood out to me this year. And I want to confess, I'm not really the biggest fan of Thames' project, or Thames herself. And it's simply because it has nothing to do with her artistry. It's simply because the texture of her voice is not something that I can really digest. It takes liking it.
People say that. People say that.
It takes liking it to like it. Yeah. But if you're not there, you're just not there.
No, people. I've heard a lot of people have said that. Yeah.
So that's my contribution.
What about Ashake's album?
That's what I saw.
Same thing for me. It was a production on the album for me, but it didn't stick with me. I tried.
Do you think it was too early? I felt like it was too early to drop another album for him because he's dropped back-to-back albums.
I don't even think that was the factor. To be honest, I don't think that was the factor. Maybe to have dropped this album, but to have dropped an album, I don't think it was too early. Because
to drop an album back to back because he dropped one last year.
I feel like if he dropped another Magic 6 album, we wouldn't be saying this. You would have been saying like, okay, like he's in his prime, he's going back to back. But it's because of the kind of album he dropped. Like he dropped an album that legendary musicians are dropping in their downtime. Yeah. Right. So excellent production on the album. I was able to appreciate like the musicality to it, but it just didn't stick with me.
Yeah. You know, our favorite song on the B-side is Skits. Do
you know what I started doing? I started as a coping mechanism. I started saying things that I hated and liked in threes. Yeah. So whenever I'm stressed, I'm like sleeping. That was it. Try that. That was a strong coping mechanism for me.
I think for Ashake's album, 2 things for me. I think it was a good project. MMS. Isn't if you relate to what song is that? It's Worldwide. Worldwide. Wow. That's one. Yeah. God, I think those things to me.
Like what's true?
We don't want to know.
Worldwide. It makes you want to go and travel. No, but I think the reason why I didn't listen to Ashake's album was because my Spotify rap last year was Ashake's. And the only reason why was because I was moving. So you just have to think on repeat. So I said this year, Ashake is not going to do what he did to me last year.
What other albums stood out for you this year?
Besides the ones you guys have mentioned, I'm not a music head. So I'm not going to be like sonically sounding like she was, like giving you guys tropes and all these things. For me, it was really Fino's album.
Okay. Oh, did Fino drop an album?
Fino dropped a good album.
Yeah, dropped an album.
It's
man.
fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun project.
Yeah. I gotta go listen to it.
I love the album. I love the project. Simi dropped an album.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
I did. I loved it. And she had a part 2.
As well as Tiwa.
With
Tiwa as well. What time, Gary?
Soundtrack.
Oh, that was a soundtrack. I didn't listen to that.
And SDC and Cavemen.
That's true.
SDC and Cavemen. Yes, they dropped a project which was fire, by the way.
Yeah, it was 100% fire.
Politically speaking.
I need to be back the next year. Fire.
I love they know they love the list.
Yeah. Who else again dropped this year that I liked? Yeah, a little bit of that, man. I mean, again, I'm a fan of some people that people don't really listen to, like Ill Bliss dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love this project. Again, you could say Pen wasn't as strong as his previous projects, but I still rocked with it again. I think that's it for me for Afrobeats. I think that I can remember. Again, I was a people like Means. I love Means' project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That record. That Means project, man.
Yeah.
It's like it's clear. It was clear cut that there's a few artists that have just that knack for being students of, I guess, the Afrobeat style.
Yeah.
There's a way you approach beats, almost like you're borderline rapping. The way you punch.
Yeah.
Line after line after line. A song like Mudema.
Yeah.
I don't know why we'd even bring it up in the song conversation, but honestly, that record is easily one of my favorites as well when it comes
for
to
this year.
Just a flex of Afrobeat style.
Yeah.
Like, I think, and it had many moments like that on his album. Very good.
What other albums?
Revelation on that Means' project. By any means. Yeah. Black Bones. Oh, come on. It's a lot of.
I avoided that album for a very petty reason. Like a very childish reason.
Why?
He didn't grant an interview?
No. Not even that. It was, again, I'm not proud of my reason. But maybe I will be proud of it. But basically, it was the Zinodiski thing.
Oh, yeah.
Where he had featured Zinodiski.
It's not petty.
Yeah, and nobody was, like, everybody saw it and were like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But listen to the project, and he comes back and he doubles down on it, saying like, this is my brother, this is respective of what he did and what he's been accused of, like, you guys don't matter and everything. So I was like, fairs, keep your album.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's not petty. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, and that's the worst song of the album.
Yeah, like it's more annoying because nobody was actually talking about it. That's the worst part.
And he dropped it as a single before,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't received well.
Yeah,
it was one of the singles in the rollout that I was like,
and then he doubled down,
and then the fact that it showed up on the album, and doubling down again, it just felt excessive.
I guess it was already gonna be on the album. So.
Yeah, and everybody was like, okay, cool, we dropped before, okay, whatever.
Like, just put it at the last.
So what about you?
OMG, there's one project that we missed. We missed on Project Offer. Oxide from Africa.
Oh, I haven't listened to that yet. How was that?
Congratulations.
Ooh, where's the ball?
That one.
I've already said my piece about it.
Ooh,
I've said enough. About the album.
You don't like it?
I've said enough. I
don't know why I wasn't like excited to listen to it. I forgot about it.
There's a lot of things to consider for Oxlade too. Like
that's a major.
What are the things to consider?
I think one issue is the timing. Of when we're getting the album. Like Oxlade has been on the radar.
It should have came out when.
Yeah, but there've been some like issues that it had to. There was a scandal. There was some apparently personal reasons as well. So I felt like he was dropping so many like singles that were granted experimental.
Let me even see what is the single on this
album?
It's a 16-track album. It has seven singles, seven pre-dropped singles.
Thank you. So he had so many singles going, and granted, you could tell that with these singles, sonically speaking, he was experimenting, trying to really see what his fans are saying.
I've already listened to the album without listening to the album.
And he does all these elaborate experiments of probably 6, 7 songs, and he then brings all of them that essentially didn't work. Didn't like really gravitate, or there was no much punch to many of them.
Yeah.
And then really just dumps it on an album that honestly has some good moments, but just from the fatigue of, hey, we've gone through these 7 with you. And I understand that a lot of people would now be turning to those songs. Yeah. But it made the album feel very like all over the place. When it came down to the sequencing of the sonic shifts that he was having.
So the arrangement.
It didn't feel thought out. As a listener, I didn't feel like I was thought about when I was listening to the album.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to I will listen to it. I completely forgot it. He even dropped an album, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean he's on tour as well.
Yeah.
So
but even
did you go to his tour? His show?
I did, yes.
Did you have fun?
I did. Yeah.
Why are you saying it?
Oh, I heard.
I did.
How was his performance?
It was okay. It was okay. Like I'll say that for it being an Oxide from Africa tour, there weren't many Oxide from Africa songs.
I mean, because the album just came out.
Even though it didn't just come out as well. It came out like October,
September. Okay.
It's been a.
So they weren't marketing the songs then. They were just marketing the tour.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So he just did the singles that he's had before.
Yeah, he did.
I really wish I saw him though.
Yeah,
it was good.
I've never seen him live. But I wasn't good that day.
Yeah, and for like core Oxide fans, like fans from
Oxygen.
Oxygen fans from the Tronic Project. It was a good time. Like I really enjoyed. I would have gone anyway, whether or not I liked the album or not. It was a really nice time to experience those songs.
I've always liked Oxlade's. Like I liked his singles. Away and DKT. That song.
Proper Afro R&B.
Yes.
I feel like that's
and he's a singer.
R&B.
He's a singer.
Is he a singer?
He's a singer. He can sing. That I would never take that away from him.
He's a singer.
I will have to
almost
see him
to the almost
like he can sing.
Almost to a point where people
he can sing.
Yeah,
they're singing and singing.
Yeah,
he sings it like he layers his falsettos. He does the whole work.
So what we missed was Chike too. Chike dropped.
Oh my gosh, Son of Chike. I was hooked on that album for a second. To the point that he appeared in my eyes. It appeared in my rap and people tried taking my street cred, but
it did
nothing for you.
Why?
Yeah, because you know the listening. You know the way Apple, because I use Apple Music, so the way it calculates listening is when you click the album to listen to an album. So his project was one that I went to as an album to click to play. So it came out of my top 15 as like number 12 or something. Nice. So I did enjoy that album.
Yeah, it's a dope project, man.
Speaking of which, he just dropped the song with
Davido
and Odumodu. How do we feel about that song? Listen, if you drop a sample of a song that I love,
there's that too.
That will and I hate that it gets me, even with the new age rappers and all of that. It always gets me when they drop a sample. It's the nostalgia, like it'll always get me. But I actually like Funds. I think Funds is a good song. And I did not mind Odumodu Black on the album, on the song. Because he didn't sound like he was coming in. Screaming. Why are you yelling?
No, wait, sorry, what song was sampled? What song was sampled?
Brenda Fass's.
So Brenda Fass's really tight. That song.
Yeah.
You know how you said you didn't mind Odumodu's? I'm so happy Odumodu was in that song.
Yeah.
Like I feel like his lamba felt the purest.
All right.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And if I was the person I would have taken away from that song is the owner of the song. Personally.
Ooh,
like he came in with the vibes, but something disconnected from me when I started hearing the words that were coming out of
delete my number.
Again, this is a very personal opinion. It might change tomorrow.
Wow.
But
not the owner of the song. But like we happen to leave the song. That without him, would the song be?
But like the flow of the song, the way the song felt and everything. Like Chike, Odumodu, they played their parts, and I just felt it was a lazy delivery from Davido in my own personal.
It's a fun record.
Yes, it is, and that's Davido. Davido is always fun.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? I mean,
like sure, it's just me. It's me. It's me.
Well, you will mismanage my funds if I give it to you. I mean,
no, I wouldn't.
I just want to say about that record. If you are broke, don't be singing this record.
Yo, come to you at the end. I show up like, yo, you are singing mismanaging.
Yeah.
No, but I feel the song is like, granted, like it's a single. Like put it into context. I think it checks the box like fine in terms of getting people, like big names, superstar names, the the fact that he used that to announce the album as well. It's a big grand song, and which for me there's that level of like the way it's sanitized and makes it feel a lot more like it's commercial music.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
It's made to be clean. It's made to be like
pop.
Yeah, and
Afro pop.
And it just likes that extra.
Yeah, I like it.
Realness to it.
I like it better feature wise than
single wise.
I won't care.
Than I would care.
Because I couldn't I like YG Marley, but I couldn't understand what he was saying on the song, and I just didn't feel like he fit the song. Like the song is good without him.
Yeah.
Like it didn't need him to be on.
So people think that the owner doesn't need to be.
No, for our weekend.
No, I'm sure it's
for our weekend. No, I think no, 100% Davido was
our weekend is a Davido song.
100%. I enjoyed that record.
It's a Davido song.
Can I just shout out my favorite part of the song or the album is the cover art. Yeah. It's done by Simon Collar.
Yeah,
I really like. I think it's
So I get the name of the album is called Five.
It's called Five.
Yeah.
It's his fifth album.
There is a feature on that album. I can't say, but I am really, really happy.
Off cameras, can you tell us?
I will tell you, but I'm really, really happy to hear.
Out, right?
No, just 2 songs.
No, but it comes to like Afrobeats.
Oh man, I'm active. Personally,
that's a good one. Yeah.
Not because of the quality of the song. I don't like the song.
Yeah.
But the Travis impression?
Travis,
yeah.
Travis beat on the song.
Yeah.
No, I just thought about something else.
Oh.
Yeah. There was a song with that guy. Is it? I don't know what genre he is, but a gospel act guy with like.
Oh, this,
yeah.
That was last year, no?
Oh yeah, with
Victor
Gunna.
Thompson and Gunna.
That was a weird collab.
It was.
No, but Ashake and Gunna was probably
Happiness was, yeah.
The one that I liked most was Ogo, Shea Vibes and Tianwin. That's my favorite.
Tianwin.
I'll take it. I don't get what you're saying.
I'll give you that.
Bias.
Tianwin is
I liked again. This is Fino's album.
The Centracy?
No, it's not Centracy. It's
okay. Oh, RD, sorry.
RD.
See?
I thought the same thing too.
See?
When I first heard it without looking, I was like, yo, that's Centracy.
Yeah, it's RD
and Fino.
Okay.
Yeah, I like
Time of my life,
Yeah.
What stood out to me? I like Woman Commando. I like
That's a great one.
That's
a great one.
Thames, I really like J. Cole and Thames together. And because I love me some Jasmine, I felt I was a little bit underwhelmed with the collaboration, but it's still a good song.
Yeah. Jasmine was Break Me Down.
No, bad. Bad to me. Bad to you.
Bad
rather.
to you. Yeah.
If it wasn't you.
Yeah. No, but Brent Fires.
Oh yes,
Wizkid.
yes.
Piece of my heart.
Yeah.
For me, Tiakola had the best feature for me.
Tiakola was nice too.
Tiakola.
Yeah, from Après Minuit.
Yeah.
Heartbreak song for Misha.
Last Heartbreak song.
Heartbreak song. Yeah.
But shout out to Afrobeats this year. Like what? Shout out to Afrobeats.
A lot of international.
Yeah, a lot of international.
And they seemed intentional as well.
Very.
But I also think the artists on the other side they're trying to hop on the wave too.
But
yeah.
Is that always the case? Or maybe in some cases?
No, because Afrobeats is hot right now. So I think it
depends on who you ask.
They're more willing to this year, not so much.
Yes.
And we'll get to that
this year.
But I think because of how popular it's been in the past few years, artists are more aware. Like I used to get excited when I would go on Instagram and hear see somebody like a celebrity listen to a Wizkid on their stories. But it's so popular now that it helps them as artists also.
To your point, even there was a project that dropped by Eric Bellinger, and it made me realize that a lot of artists now want to have an Afrobeat staple in their catalog. Just like people used to want to have Jamaican music at the time, dancehall music at the time. So
even if you listen to Chloe Bailey's album, there was a few hints of Afrobeat
influence, Doja as well.
Yeah. So you can't deny it. It's out there.
For sure. The awareness over the last couple of years has been growing up.
Yeah. So we mentioned that.
Hold on. When did Whom come out? Chris Brown Davido, was that this year or last year?
Oh, that was this year. That was a good one.
Oluwa
Breezy.
When was Call You Every Day? That was last year too.
Yeah. Call You Every Day is such an underrated song.
Is it Call Me or Call You?
Call Me? Is it?
All the me's they use, man.
That's Lil J.
That's Wiz.
Call Me Every Day?
No,
Chris Brown. Call You Every Day. Chris Brown and Wiz.
Sensational Wiz and Chris Brown.
Sensational too, my goodness.
Sensational too.
Sensational was okay to me. It was just.
I think that was
popular.
actually I would give that. That was the best collaboration internationally. Yeah, I think
it was very popular.
Because Chris Brown at this point, when it comes to
Chris Brown's Afrobeat.
Yeah,
he has earned it as well. It's not when they think we're just giving him.
Yeah,
So Whom was 2023 technically, but the album was 2024.
Okay,
right.
So.
But I do think that Wiz and Chris Brown's song is very, very underrated.
The Call You Every Day as well.
Has somebody hum it? I can't remember.
Call Me Every Day. You listen to Eric Bellinger, right?
Yeah.
There was a particular song. I think the song with Ricardo also that has.
Let me tell you, that Ricardo verse. I want to say it's what's his name? Emmanuel influence.
Yeah. The triple time flow, I guess.
The entry.
No, I legit said it even like it jumped out of me. Yeah. No, shout out to Emmanuel, man.
Shout out to him.
I can see it.
Call me.
Yeah, we mentioned that this year, like for me personally, like with Afrobeats, I felt like it was very, I don't think we even had a song of the summer. I remember in August, I was talking to someone, I was talking to another DJ friend, and I'm like, what is the song of the summer? We didn't really have one, which was an indication to me that like this year, Afrobeats was kind of, it wasn't a good year for Afrobeats, I would say.
I even think it's the opposite. I think it was too good. Okay, too good is a stretch. But I think, for example, Ozeba was a song. Yeah. It had its time.
But it was a time.
Yeah, it was a time. But I also think it's because we had so much presented to us. Like we had so much to consume. If Ozeba came out standalone in like May, it probably would have lasted even till now. I think, in my opinion. But we've gotten to a stage in Afrobeats where everybody can eat their own piece of pie, as opposed to where we're coming from, where everyone kind of consuming the same thing. There wasn't really, individualism wasn't really like a common thing for everyone. Like this is me sitting here telling you Victoni was one of my favorite artists this year. As opposed to previous years where it was either Burna, like you had to pick one and that was it.
The big three kind of
facts.
So I think that
took a backseat a little bit.
I think that the lack of a clear answer is because we've grown a lot and there's a lot more to choose from now.
Yeah, that I think that's a great way to look at it.
I also kind of look at it that maybe it's just like a lot of experimenting. When you look at the projects that did drop, like people like Habibi.
Yeah.
The remix alone is like, I remember there's a tweet where there's like, yo, Afrobeats artist, an Arab song or something like that, and Ross from a different spectrum is like, that's a part, that's a mixing part of a lot of flavors. So I think there's a lot of experimenting. So for us, we're more about like learning. I think this is the song that's we're going to do the song of summer. We're trying to understand, okay, what's the sound? What's this like? Do we like it? Do we not like it? And by the time we're done understanding, summer's gone.
True.
You know what? You just reminded me. You know what? Collaboration pissed me off. I don't know if it was last year or this year. The Oja Piano remix with French Montana.
Don't bring that.
What the is this?
Wait,
why?
I don't remember that one. That's Casey?
Was it? Yeah, Casey. Was it with French or
was
One Republic?
Oh, yes, it was One Republic. Sorry. Yes, it was. Exactly. I was like, I listened to it out of curiosity because I'm like, what is this gonna sound like? I cannot imagine what this is gonna sound like.
That was this year. This year has been long.
Was it this year?
It's been a long year. It's been a long year.
What is
was
this?
this the year that they also did another kind of Cat If dropped the ABCD something? He did the alphabet piano or something like that.
Bro, I don't know why you know this.
There has been so many variations of piano that has dropped.
Man.
It's unnecessary.
It's now even taking its waves in like northern music. It's becoming a thing now.
Yeah.
And I think we didn't even have a sonic, like, I guess, because Amapiano essentially has been around and it's still even creeped into the very early parts of the year. Like we still had that with Tralabam, I think.
Yeah.
But I think we're in the middle of that transition shift away from it that there was nothing that really stuck because of that. Like sonically, there's no statement of a sound this year.
If anything, there was this month was a reset back to Afrobeats.
Yeah, because even for me as a DJ, there's always by the end of summer, there's always one song I'm tired of hearing. and that is going to be on everyone's stories. That's the part that people are going to show when they're at parties. And there was not that for Afrobeats this year.
Closest to was about, I think.
No.
When it comes to moments in parties. Moments,
yes, but like it was still not, but it was a moment in time. It wasn't all summer. I would say like, even though Ozeba dropped like in the middle of summer, I don't find that it was like.
I also think it was
everywhere.
Yeah, it wasn't everywhere.
Yeah, because
no. If you're in the Jazzy club, is
yeah. That's the thing.
If you're in the club where the those guys are there,
that's the thing. That's the thing. Going back to the point of individualism, because we're all in our echo chambers, one way or the other, and there's so much music out.
Yes,
there is too much. There's too much music out.
I want people to like go back to like taking. I was so happy Burna didn't drop an album this year, because like I kind of want artists to go back to like taking time out to make albums. Like you don't have to drop an album every year, and I get like the play is to drop an album and go on tour, but it's becoming too obvious now.
By the way, sorry, Shea Vibes does not apply to you. Give me music.
Shea Vibes, aren't you not overfed? You're not overfed with Shea Vibes. No, but yeah, there's certain artists that it's just innate to them to just release because they record constantly.
Yeah, but drop singles, but you don't need to drop an album every year. Like let's take some time to. I feel like it should take you a minute to make an album, like a great.
I think there's no formula.
Huh?
I think there's no formula.
And also like. Again, I kind of overemphasize the saturation issue because like, I think because everyone's attention is either through movies, TV shows, or just by scrolling through your feed on Instagram or anything. There's so much information out there that they are up against a lot.
Yeah.
And they feel that they have to compete. They have to match up to everyone's like level. So they have to be productive. Like in this climate and with the value of music kind of dwindling.
Yeah.
They need to like overcompensate with releases. It needs to be playing that game.
Yeah, true. What I want to see from Afrobeats is like, let's get back to other sounds.
I will honestly 100,000% give Afrobeats that credit this year. We cannot stick with Amapiano.
Yeah.
We actually like, if anything, we stomped on Amapiano and we let them know that like, with or without your sound. For example, a lot of the major projects we mentioned stayed away from Amapiano for the most parts. They probably had like one or two songs.
Yeah, they had one or two songs.
But the takeaway songs from a lot of them are not.
My thing is that those one or two songs were usually the most of the up-tempo songs. And I want, except for like Fireboy, which had like the South African song, but like most of the up-tempo songs on those albums were very like, I'm a piano heavy. And I want us to get out of that. Like, let's get back to like the Bedu. Like,
naturally, Afrobeats will evolve. Like I think over time, like since the inception of late 90s or early 2000s, where hip hop was the major, like I guess adaptation that Nigerian had, it's always been evolving. They had the hip hop phase, they had the R&B phase, they had the the high life essentially I think it's in Afrobeats nature to always like pick something up
and run with it,
like reinvent it in some way and
go back
and then move on to something else.
I will say that I feel like a lot of the emerging rising stars, the new cats, rebelled against Amapiano for the most part.
Most of them are even R&B. Lots of them are R&B.
A lot of them. So
even down to street music now. Street music is now having its own R&B space as well.
Yep.
Really?
It's more soulful.
Yeah.
Like who?
TML.
TML. Love TML.
It was a great mention.
So many of them, man.
So many.
I barely listen to any of the OGs.
Like Barry J is my I think probably one of my favorite vocalists. Like I think people will sleep on
Vasa,
on his voice.
Yeah,
I think he has a very special voice. Like, and when it comes to that soulful, almost gospel like delivery, oh, bro,
so
very.
As party goers, I'm assuming you guys are party goers.
Emmanuel streams on Friday. On Mondays,
I'm like, party goers.
Once in a while, do you guys want to hear more of those sounds in the club or
1,000? Like I can't. So to answer your question, firstly, I'm not like the biggest party goer, and it's for that singular reason. Because every single time I attempted a party, I was hearing the exact same like, songs. It's almost even like they all carry the same SD card. And every single time, this would happen when last Friday they were dropping new songs, and like there were songs that was in my house. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to hear this Sneak Up, and I would never hear Sneak Up. Like even the one time, so there was one time I had a friend who was DJing, and I had bribed her. I was like, I beg, let me hear this song once. And the reports when we got home, someone was like, she was playing songs we didn't even know. So it's like
so as a DJ, there are times for that, right? Because if you want to hear the new stuff, I would say come earlier.
Fair enough, No, I can't even blame DJs because like in that situation now, she played the song, but audience didn't know it.
Because especially if it's new, it's very niche at that point.
Exactly. Like I remember when I started DJing and I went into the mindset, and I still have this to a sense where I went into the mindset of like, oh, I'm gonna play like all the songs that I like and just give them like a taste. And you can't do that at between 12
timestamp. I love it. It makes sense.
2:30. You gotta play what the people want. If not, they're just looking at you like.
And to also add to your point, I also think it depends on the type of event.
Yes.
There was this one time I had gone to support my friend who's a DJ for like an all-tail leading event. And this DJ played Star Signs by Odunsi. I lost my mind. No, that was my first time hearing that.
Really?
And do you know what she topped it up? Do you know what she topped it up with? Was the matter too bad by Show Them Come I wanted to physically like give her my credit card. I was like, take it.
That's it.
So I think it depends on the event as well. Because people that go for an hotel event probably know more music in that light you get. So
Wow, you've never heard Star Signs?
That was my first time.
You wouldn't hear that.
It depends on where you go to.
In most like, because it's so niche. Like,
well, to be fair, the times that I've played it they were mostly at day parties.
Right. Yeah. As a background type thing.
No, as a background, like people are still dancing.
People are still dancing to it. Nice.
Like it's still.
What I would say, I don't do any of the niche parties. I do more of the mainstream stuff. When it comes to like the music stuff,
the mainstream.
I would say that I do believe we're in a space where we can play from 12:30 to 2:30, like you say, and not repeat songs.
I agree.
There's so many bags.
People repeat.
Yeah.
But when they notice the crowd is coming down, not play casts.
Let's get the cast.
We don't need to repeat, man.
I agree. It's been my pet peeve with some of the because me, when I'm DJing, I'm paying attention to what when I'm about to go up, I'm paying attention to what the other DJ is playing make sure you're not. Because I hate having to repeat songs, because there's so many songs out there you shouldn't have to repeat.
Like, I'm so sorry, guys.
No, it makes sense.
So that's I feel like you can get away with not repeating songs
in 2024.
In 2024, there's so much Afrobeats. You can even go back.
You have a saturation problem. You can play other songs.
You can't even go back to the early. You can. It doesn't end. I think
the trick. I'm so sorry, but like the trick I believe is most times the crowd doesn't even need to know the song. Like if it's a good enough vibe where it just blends and they're just like, this beat is catchy.
Shazam.
Well, like people are in parties, they're drunk, they're under some substance, so they don't always need to know the song.
Yeah.
So if we're always trying to appeal to
not that the Nigerian audience would.
I think you need to
guys look at you like, come on.
I think maybe if you can find a balance.
I think we need to like train our audience, and that's one of the things that
I
want
so popular in Nigeria.
But they're so untrainable as well.
No. If you watch the I apologize, I don't remember these people's names, but like when you watch this DJ who is like a chef, like Nigerians are into EDM and Afrobeats now.
Yes.
Like have you seen when they blend this thing and I'm like, yo, these guys are dancing to EDM and we're here like, Charlie Poppy and Okediji still, man. That's a different podcast episode.
Yeah, you got to try different things.
Yeah.
I'm in the mind of like, even like for next year, like I want to like train my audience. And if you don't like it, then just don't come. It's okay.
Wiz.
Yeah, no, I didn't enjoy
it. What was the controversy?
It made me cringe.
the Afrobeats thing. Like his identity was up in question, and people started.
Was his identity up in question?
You
see how ridiculous it sounds, right? You see how ridiculous it sounds, right?
His identity,
himself.
Exactly, putting it up there, and fans try. And I love this Wizkid FC. I don't know if you guys have seen, bro. Like let's be real.
Relax.
Like let's be honest with ourselves.
Relax.
Like once my fave says something, I shouldn't just eat it and absorb it with no processing of information.
He's not your parents. Like, you know, when you're supporting your family member, you're like, okay, no matter what.
Yeah.
People are like, these artists might misyan from time to time. Like, it's okay to think about it before you talk.
Because even his Twitter rants were making me cringe. I'm like, is this what we're gonna do to sell our album? Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
And then if you're really gonna do all of that, then go all in. Go Kendrick and Drake.
For me, that rant,
it was a bit embarrassing for me. I was just like, oof.
For me, that rant proved, or at least it validated my point of how much he had lost confidence with the Nigerian audience. This was coming off the back of many singles that didn't have that Wizkid stick and magnitude.
Yeah.
At that point.
We forgot that he dropped a project this year as well.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
What did he drop?
The one that had...
It was very late last year. Yeah, S2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
S2 was last year.
Yeah, it was late last year.
True, I just got into it.
It was late last year. So this was after S2. This rant was after S2. This was after like More Love, Less Ego.
Yeah.
This was after like cancelling the tour. This was pent up aggression and like so much bottling up at that moment that just felt like he's lashing out to one way or the other, and this was it. Yeah. And we can see the contradiction from that rant to where we are today.
Yeah.
Like imagine saying, if you love Bakrumo, don't come to this album. And people are bending their backs on Bend, and you're seeing the Kese. Like of course, like I
knew he was trolling because I'm just like,
for me, I thought it was just lashing out. I thought it was some.
I was just like, sorry, just go make the album, drop it. Like
for me, it was the OD
Dio. OD Dio.
Yeah, OD Dio.
Oh my day.
OD Dio, man. OD Dio.
I hated that.
That
was fun.
I don't remember.
That was funny.
That was funny.
I agree.
That was fun.
What happened with that?
Where do you start?
It was just basically something about like a feature or someone owing somebody $500 or something.
And it decided the whole thing of like, I helped you this time. I was there for you at this time. So bring my Kiniko at this time. And then you know the worst parts about the entire fight? They now say sorry.
Bro, we had...
When you get the collaboration on this?
Isn't that what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to hug it out after?
Not with Ojumoju and Dio.
Yeah.
Let's think about the personalities in this conversation. Why are you saying sorry?
Is that really?
Just like J-Mike and Ramsey Noah now getting into a ring, and J-Mike will now say sorry. Like, it's not on brand. Do something.
Fight back.
That's why that's the music, man. You just put in the music.
Yeah. No, I'm joking. I'm glad that they said sorry.
Yeah, glad they said.
I'm glad they said
too.
It was one of those things.
I don't think
it's probably one of those situations where like, and I don't know why people, when you're pissed off, your first thing is to run to Twitter and tweet. Like, I've never been pissed off. I've never been pissed off to the point where I'm like, my first instinct is to run to Twitter and tweet about it.
Yeah, like the good thing from that fight though is it gave us that meme. We put our blood on this plate. No, I'll take it.
Show walking.
Show walking. It gave us those memes, so those were good.
No, but there was a lot of like, there's layers to this particular beat. Like, there's a lot of like, because we know Dio, a lot of people that knew Dio. I'm seeing Odumodu. They're clear parallels with both their brand, not necessarily the sound even, but just the entire brand, the cutlass energy and that aggression. Yeah,
I like that cutlass energy.
So there's
I'm gonna use that.
There's a lot of undertones. There's a lot of undertones of is someone biting someone, and then seeing how like on paper they've had two trajectories in terms of their careers as well. So there was multiple layers and
top aggression,
and even Native, the picture as well. The relationship that Dio had with Native, kind of really spoiled the entire thing. So Odumodu essentially was holding his team down.
Yeah.
And his entire brand is to hold his team down.
Yeah.
Like he's in that, like if you challenge anyone in his circle, like he had to lash out. Yeah. He wasn't even in his beef in the first instance. Yeah, he had to show up. He had to show up. So like, it was very, very fun, to be honest.
Do you think that when Rema said, you grow fake dada?
Who do you think he was talking to?
Yeah, who do you think he was talking to?
I'm just asking.
No patience.
Do you think he was talking to Deep Prince?
Okay, okay.
That's a bit of a stretch.
I don't think it's Deep Prince. I'll just say I don't think it's Deep Prince because the context of that song.
Who else has dreads?
Does Deep Prince even?
Let's name everybody who has dreads.
I don't think it's him. I think he was at least from what I feel Fikonrekon was all about was about paying my money, and we've heard a lot of stories about promoters.
Okay.
And their relationship. And the entire angle of the song was to pay me my money, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like don't mess with my bag. And we hear a lot of stories like that.
Because the whole line was about someone who doesn't have patience giving him advice. So I think it's someone who that's why he said the prince.
That's why he says the prince.
Oh,
and I can see how he's saying that.
I see that now, yeah.
But yeah, I'm just contextualizing what Fikonrekon was about.
Yeah.
But
it could be standing alone.
Yeah, it could be.
Then again, but I don't believe it is. But it could be. It's not out of the realm.
It could even be an uncle.
There's a case for it. There's a case for it.
Okay. I think I've had this conversation too many times, so I have immediately Tubaba, Wizkid, One Day Cole, and Burna.
One Day Cole?
Yeah.
100.
I think.
Yeah, man.
I think those six
to more hits.
I think those four play such a significant role in the fabric of what we know Afrobeats to be today.
If you're putting One Day Cole and you're not putting the band in there?
I love the band. Love the influence, love the presence he had, of course.
Yeah.
But I think one day's moments, I think, are more critical to the sound, to the entire approach that people have for what they consider contemporary Afro pop in some sense. Because Mushin to More Hits was the album that really saw us understand, gave some strong identity for the sound. And we've seen so many artists that have been birthed from One Day's entire identity, from Fireboy to Oxlade to even Rema as well. There's a plethora of names that have really, really connected to One Day on that level. So and we can't speak any less of his talent. He's the bar. Yeah. When it comes to his vocal presence, he is. A lot of people still reference that line of "Say you sing past One Day Cole."
Yeah.
He is the father. He birthed so much, even down to his influence on Wiz. Wiz has now essentially taken what he has done to different levels. So I would say. And we don't even want to get started with Tubaba. When it comes to his writing, when it comes to his influence, his presence, his influence as well, I think, and to do that 4 decades, to do that in 4 decades from the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, to have some form of relevance is insane. It's insane. He just dropped a song recently that really flexed that muscle. Kuku Gugulam. When it comes to the writing and the flex on that, I think he is.
So who are you?
Miles ahead.
Did you say you said One Day,
One Day, Tubaba,
Wizkid,
and Burna.
And Burna. Okay. Wait, was that 5?
4. Right?
Was that Mount Rushmore's 4?
Mount Rushmore is typically 4.
See, I don't know my history. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
I feel like I agree with you.
Okay.
I agree with you. I'm trying to see who I would remove from there, and it's very, very tough to think of.
So that's your own Mount Rushmore.
The only person,
minus one person.
Yeah, the only person One Day. But I can't say that Don Jazzy. I don't know if Don Jazzy is will I call him an artist?
Well, he's not.
Yeah, because like he's been like, we cannot deny like his influence.
Oh, for sure.
So I kind of want to put him on there. But
okay, but if you're talking about artists.
But if I'm talking about artists.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Mount Rushmore would be P-Square.
Good shout.
2 Baba. I go with Don Jazzy just because the Jazzy is supposed for one they call Andy Bunch.
Yeah.
Okay, are we speaking from?
I just his lyrical flexes, just his subtle. Are you
saying singing Don Jazzy?
Yeah, when he gets on your songs, man, they say, I think for me, I love his tone. He's very different. He's one of one. But if we're not going to go that route, so it'll be P-Square, 2 Baba.
It's tough.
It's tough. One day, just because I hate all of you, Davido.
Not because you hate us. Not because you hate us.
Well, man, P-Square for me, man.
P-Square is a very honorable mention. Like they should be on the list. Yeah.
For consideration.
So, well, amongst all three of you, you've kind of said my Mount Rushmore, but I'll add 2 people being Kobam's Asuko and Asha. Those are my 2, like, I think.
Fair. Love it.
Okay.
100% agree because for Asha, for example.
Great.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, indeed.
She's coming soon, right?
Yeah.
She would think something else happened. She would think she made a mistake. By the time I finished with that. But like, for what she dropped, for when she dropped, and how she dropped it, that the album she dropped, Asha's Asha, for a bunch of creatives, and I'm not even just talking musicians now, writers, script writers, directors, fashion people, a lot of them draw inspiration from her music. At the time that it came. That entire album was recorded live. One, completely produced by Kobam's Asuko. One of the best producers in my opinion. Not just even because of the quality, it's also because of that Godfather factor that Don Jazzy has. And I think they did so well. In my opinion, that's where the Alter movements, I wouldn't even say started from, because there was a lot of things prior to that happening. But I think that was what gave a lot of them the confidence. Because that album for when it dropped was the most alternative thing at the time. And it took, like it did for parallel speaking, it did what Burna is doing right now. Like for that time, he went, I mean, she was from France, but like he did numbers in France, he did numbers internationally, and it wasn't even like a mainstream sound at that time. So I would definitely want to recognize both of them for that.
I agree. I do think she, to a sense, birthed the Alter genre. Beautiful album. You know?
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Can I make one shout? You asked for the worst time on Afrobeats. That Men Are Crazy song, was it this?
That's what I was going to say was like,
the worst thing was...
That's the one with Tiwa Savage,
I hated that. I hated the idea of it.
That was unfortunate.
I like them coming together and take the blame.
Like, let's know who's responsible.
I don't think I don't want to say it's any of them. Someone else.
Like, I like them making a song together, but that song was terrible. It was not the right song for it.
I don't think it's a bad song.
It didn't even fit like Simi's voice.
I don't think it's a bad song.
No, like it didn't.
Even women don't agree.
Even
what they were going for was Men Are Crazy, and the next day saying you are crazy, but I want to be with you. The one that the Ariasta that came out and sang Guma Commando, does she have 2 heads? I don't think so.
No, for me that was not.
I don't even think it fit like Simi's aesthetic. Like even the way she was singing it was kind of awkward. Like Men Are Crazy. It didn't work.
I feel like someone said, if you guys don't release the song, I'm going to leak it. So they just go behind it.
To your point, they should have come out with a more like a woman commando, like
especially
a party song.
Who they are, Tiwa Savage and Simi. Like you're not
like when I heard they were coming when they were making a song together. I was so excited.
Give me a song with utility, something I can use.
Because for 2 different conversations, there's a conversation around women not helping women in the industry.
Working together.
That was one, and then there's a conversation around just women making music. And can they match up to the men? Their male counterparts, and that's the first song you do together, and that's what it's.
I don't even know. They should. I don't.
And they're supposed to be like you cannot say five Nigerian female artists and you won't say both of them.
It reminded me of when Beyonce Beyonce and Alicia Keys made this song. They just threw it away.
I'm happy I'm not aware.
Yeah, I definitely remember.
I'm glad I don't know about
you. You don't even want to know about it.
That's crazy.
It reminded me of that.
That's
I'm just like, why, of all the songs, like, make something that we could dance to, or like
something meaningful.
Make something meaningful. Like it just didn't. Yeah, it just didn't work. It didn't work at all. It didn't work at all. I was disappointed.
Yeah, and I want to hope, like, with that level of collaboration, that skill of collaboration, I want to hope. I want to hope that they made more than one song.
Yeah,
I really want to hope that they really like try to discover the chemistry.
Even
no pun intended.
Even they both posted it once, and that was it.
I hope.
If it was you, will you post this one?
No, I really hope they made more than one song.
I posted at 2 a.m. While everyone sleeps, say, "See, I posted. I promoted."
No, yeah, that collaboration, unfortunate.
It wasn't.
According to production, we've run out of time.
Oh, we've run out of time. Okay,
we got 2 hours in, and what this proves is that you guys definitely have to come back on this couch. Well, not this couch specifically, but sometime in the future, because again, you guys have been great minds, man. I have learned to also go and re-listen.
Same.
And listen with an open mind. And,
MORAYO first on your list.
Nope, but but you like that button.
Don't put things with colors in front of me. They'll do it.
But no, I just from on behalf of myself and I guess the entire team, and Revi will probably give one spiel and final question, I guess. But appreciate you guys for coming in and just like breaking bread.
Thank you for having us. Thank you so much.
You guys are killing it in the spaces that you are in. Like you're already doing this, man. We text on the low, and I'm a fan of your work. And you know, I've bugged you to manage me.
Likewise.
Thank you. But again, Revi, how do you want to end the show?
Everyone's anthem for the year.
Like anthem?
Yeah, Afrobeats anthem. Like, what was your?
I thought we like in terms of anthem, like song of the year.
Personal,
personal anthem. That's like.
I'll make it sweet.
It's a banger.
Enemies.
Back to my enemies for real.
Before we get here, man, any socials you want to plug in?
Yeah, man. Everywhere, Owoniyi, EMMANOWONIYI, and appreciate you guys for having me on, man. This was so much fun.
No, definitely, man.
My socials are at Ayodeji _, and I'm also on a podcast called the LD Pod. So yeah,
what's the LD? What is it?
Yeah, they just launched it.
Congratulations! What does it stand for? LD.
My name and my partner, my co-host name.
Okay.
Yeah. We also talk about music primarily.
Okay.
And yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. I've had a great time.
You guys are OGs.
Yes. Thank you both for being a part of this. This is my first time meeting you both. I follow you on Instagram, but this is my first time meeting you, and I enjoyed our conversation. I will go and listen to J Vibes.
Just big shout out to Niki, who's behind camera.
Shout out to Niki.
Working on an off day. Appreciate you. And shout out to Vibes Lounge for having us.
Vibes Lounge,
come check them out. One of the best Afrobeat spots in the city.
And shout out to Drake, because he's supposed to provide all of us jollof fries at the end of this. So as a Merry Christmas. But
he's minding my phone.
One thing I'm gonna do is spend your money.
Hey, let's go.
Every time, why am me money?
Yeah, go to Davido.
Well, to quote Tiwa, I know come this life to suffer. Right?
That too.
All right.
That too.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of the B-Side Podcast, the bonus episode where we just like talked about all the things that happened in Afrobeats this year. If you have some favorite moments and favorite albums that we missed, or artists that we did talk about, or songs that we didn't talk about, please feel free to comment, share with us, send us, and please don't. These were our personal opinions.
100%.
Everyone is allowed to have an opinion. Okay.
Everything I said was the opinion of the B-Side podcast.
Yeah. Hey.
They asked us to say
So
what
yeah, they asked us. They told us what to say.
Dre
They give us a script.
Yeah.
Again,
Thank you. Exactly.
Mr. Dre, that's Mr. Dre. He wrote the script.
Him, if in case you're confused.
Yeah, him right there in the hat.
I can give you his phone number. I kind of have it too. So
His address.
You know, I love everyone.
That's
yes.
my government name is very different.
Also known as Brother Drew. Yeah, he wrote the script. But thank you everyone for rocking with us at the B-Side. Happy holidays. If this is coming out before, it should be coming out before the holidays.
Nice.
Happy holidays and see you guys in 2025. Peace.
Let's go.